Today I am very excited because we're out here doing testing and evaluation on the Springfield Hellcat Pro. And I can already tell you it feels really good in the hand. Let's see how it shoots. Not bad, a little snappy. Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical. As I said in the intro, today we will be reviewing the Springfield Hellcat Pro. This is one of the most popular carry pistols on the market, along with the Sig Sauer P365 line and the Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. Also Glock 43X. Those are basically the leaders in the concealed carry market, and I can see why. This thing feels really good in the hand, and we're going to talk all about it. But before we get started, I just want to thank everyone that subscribed to the channel. I want to especially thank Kaylin, good friend of mine, who loaned me this pistol to review today. I really appreciate that, Kaylin. And I want to thank everyone that has joined the Patreon. That really helps. So thank you guys very much. So the Hellcat Pro is Springfield's answer to the Sig P365 XL. So let's see how it compares. I have the regular P365. Let's see how it feels compared to that. So the Springfield Hellcat Pro. This is actually a gun that I wasn't really very interested in until recently. I love Springfield 1911s. I've got two of them sitting right here. I've reviewed a bunch of different Springfield 1911s. I have shot the Springfield XD line, and while they work just fine, to me they're a little blocky, kind of ugly. And for some reason I never gave the Hellcat enough time or just enough interest. And I'm regretting that a little bit now. This is a very good pistol. It's very reliable, and it's accurate, and it's easily concealable and very comfortable to carry. I've been carrying this for the last couple of days in a We the People IWB holster, and it's extremely comfortable. This is the Hellcat Pro model, which is a bit bigger than the standard Hellcat. The standard Hellcat is about the same size as the standard Sig P365, whereas the Hellcat Pro is closer to like the P365 XL. In fact, it's fairly close in size to a Glock 19, although much thinner. And we're going to go up close and look at all that in just a moment, because there are a lot of really good features to this pistol. But the first thing I noticed was that it feels really, really good in the hand. Now the grip is kind of square feeling, but it's got a good aggressive texture on it. And it's got enough grip to fill out your hand, which is nice. I carry a Sig Sauer P365 on a regular basis, and it has a very, very noticeably small grip. This one, I don't feel like the grip is really small. It's got a 3.7-inch barrel, which is, in my opinion, big for a concealed carry gun, but it's really not. In the right holster, with how thin this thing is, you barely notice that it's there at all. It's got pretty decent sights. It's got a tritium night sight on the front that's also like high vis day sight with the U-notch rear. It's really easy to get that front sight within that rear sight and get on target. The trigger, although pretty decent, is very heavy. It's smooth, it's not gritty or anything really. It actually reminds me a lot of the trigger on my Ruger that I used to have. I had a Ruger Security 9 Pro, and the trigger feels very similar. It's got the trigger safety because there's no manual safety on this striker-fired gun. And it's got, you know, regular striker-fired take-up. Pretty heavy brake, but it's clean. And a very positive reset. right back to the wall for the break. And it's kind of got the same mechanics as a Glock trigger where it doesn't reset until the slide cycles. In a lot of ways, it is like a Glock, but so is every other striker-fired polymer-framed handgun, which is what this is. It has a 2-slot Picatinny rail, so you can put any lights on it that you want, lasers if that's your thing, whatever. And it's got a 15-round mag capacity, which in a gun this narrow, a gun this small, is very impressive. And they're quality steel mags. They go in real easily. They drop free really easily. It's a gun I'm much more impressed with than I thought I would be. Let's go up close and take a look at the all the features of this thing, because I think it's a really good option for concealed carry. So the Hellcat Pro is definitely for the concealed carry market. Although in proportions it seems similar to a Glock 19 with a 15-round mag capacity and a 3.7-inch barrel as opposed to a 4-inch. It is much, much thinner, making it that much easier to carry. So this is the Hellcat Pro. One of the things I really like about it, as I said, is the grip. It does fill out your hand fairly well for such a small, easily concealable gun. And when carried in the right holster, such as this We the People holster, especially with the adjustable cant, it makes it extremely comfortable to carry because of how thin it is. And let me give you an idea of how thin it really is. So this is an M&P 2.0. It's like a full-size gun. And this is the Hellcat Pro. You can see that it is significantly narrower. And to give you another example here, this is a Sig Sauer P365, and they're very, very similar in width. Now, the Hellcat Pro is quite a bit bigger than the P365 as far as the grip length and the slide length go. But that is for another video. Anyway, I like that it has a takedown lever instead of the regular Glock like takedown things that you hold on to. The controls are all very nice, so very easy to manipulate the slide release or slide stop if you need to, but at the same time, I didn't notice it being a problem while I was shooting it where my thumb would actually actuate that on the last round and cause it not to lock open, which is a problem that I've had on both of these pistols on occasion, and I've had to train myself not to put my thumb on that. I didn't notice that being an issue with the Hellcat Pro, which is very nice. Like I said, the grip texture, very good. I like especially they put some extra texture here and here where you'd have like a gas pedal or a thumb rest and also an indexing point for your trigger finger. Because as you know, fingers should not be on the trigger until you are ready to take a shot. It's got a really nice beaver tail here, which lets you get nice and high up in the gun, and also a really good undercut, so you can get a nice high grip and really control that recoil well, because it does have a fairly snappy recoil. That is one thing I noticed about it, that it has a fairly stout recoil. And so it is good that you can get good and high up in the gun and that you can control that recoil well. It comes optics ready, and that to me is a big deal. So again, just to bring in one of these, I had to have this slide milled for this optic. This is a Holosun 407K. This Springfield Hellcat Pro will take a 407 507K direct onto the slide. It's milled for that footprint, or an RMR CC, any of those micro red dots. It's got front and rear slide serrations, which I like to have on any pistol. I like to be able to press check, to be able to manipulate the slide from the front or the rear. Again, take a look at those sights. That front sight is a very high-vis sight, and it's also a tritium night sight with a U-notch rear, and I found it very easy to pull my eye into that front sight, place it in the rear sight, and be able to get on target. Now, my first few shots with this pistol, I actually missed quite a few shots right at the very beginning. I think it had to do with the heavy trigger pull maybe, or maybe I just wasn't used to the gun yet. But after a few rounds, one magazine, I found no problems getting shots on target. I do like that it has the Picatinny rail, 2-slot Picatinny rail, so you can add lights, lasers, whatever you want. It's got a 3.7-inch barrel, also a loaded chamber indicator there, Springfield logo on top of the slide, and it's a very decent pistol. And for the size and for the weight, it's a very light pistol. Even when carrying 15 rounds of 9mm, it's very easy to carry, very easy to conceal, very comfortable. I actually like it quite a bit. So because it's a concealed carry gun, first and foremost, got to practice from concealed, right? From the holster. So how did the Hellcat Pro perform at the range? Because the two most important things for a concealed carry pistol is going to be, can you carry it comfortably without printing? And can you shoot it well? And actually the most important thing, is it reliable? Well, I put quite a few rounds through today. It was 100% reliable, had zero issues with it whatsoever. Like I said a minute ago, I missed quite a few shots on my first magazine with it. As soon as I got used to shooting this pistol though, I was on target very easily. So I feel like with a little bit of practice and training, it would be very easy to be able to be extremely proficient with this gun. It's just as accurate as I can be, basically. You know, I'm a little spoiled with some of the guns that I shoot regularly because I'm used to them, and so it's very easy for me to shoot them well. I forget sometimes that it takes a little bit of practice with a gun to be able to shoot it well, but literally all it took was one magazine and I was shooting this thing very accurately. Again, it was very reliable. From the holster, you know, shooting from drawing from concealed, it was quick and easy. And with the right holster, especially with this where you can cant it forward like that, it conceals very well. It doesn't print like at all. And it's very comfortable, and that mainly, again, has to do with how thin it is, how narrow it is. This is a very easy gun to carry, and that is really important because I've tried to carry larger firearms in the past, a full-size M&P, tried to carry, 45 caliber 1911s, full-size government 1911s, and while it's definitely doable, it's very noticeable. You can tell that that thing is there. It's heavy. And I constantly, in the back of my mind, I know that I'm printing to some kind of extent. With this, I didn't feel that way whatsoever. It's kind of the perfect size, actually, where it's small enough to carry and conceal well, but big enough to shoot well. And again, I really do like that the grip fills out my hand all the way. That actually makes a really big difference to me and almost has me considering getting an XL size frame for my personal carry pistol, the SIG P365. And I know I kind of keep hinting at comparisons between this and the P365, and there is a reason for that. They're both very popular concealed carry pistols, and they're popular for a reason because they're both very good concealed carry pistols. And so I actually will have a video comparing the two of these, both at the range and on the table next week. And I'm also going to have a video doing about this holster coming out on Friday because I'm actually very impressed with the We the People holsters, and I will be getting one myself here very soon. It's a great holster. But the Springfield Hellcat Pro, I like it. I'm impressed by it. I think that it is a great option for concealed carry. If it's something that you're looking into, if you like Springfield pistols, go into a gun store, put a P365, a Hellcat, a Smith & Wesson Shield Plus, a Glock 43X or Glock 48. Put them all in your hand, see what feels best to you. If you have the chance to shoot any of them, do that. See which one that you shoot the best and make your decision that way. But they're all very good choices. And this is definitely one of them. I do like the Pro model. I like the size of it. I like that it comes optics ready and that it has a 15 round capacity. That makes a big difference. This is a very good pistol and I give it a thumbs up. It is windy as hell out here, but it's still a great day to go shooting. Springfield Hellcat Pro. So while it does feel a little snappy, being that it's a small, light gun, can't really blame it for that. It's about as accurate as I can be. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Please leave me a like. Comment, what do you carry? Do you carry a P365, Shield Plus, Glock? Do you carry the Springfield Hellcat or Hellcat Pro? I want to know what you guys think about it because in my experience, I think it's a fantastic pistol and very worthy of concealed carry and just shooting in general. I like it a lot. So I want to know what you guys have to think, and also things like comments, likes, and especially subscribing, sharing the videos. They help the algorithm. They help get my videos out to more people, help the channel grow, and I really appreciate that. So help me out if you can. From Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.